the two economies are very deeply intertwined, so China could take a number of actions that were not just related to tariffs. They could make life more difficult for American firms that are producing and selling in China. There's a huge disparity. The United States has a big trade deficit with China, but if you take into account the products that are produced by American companies and sold in China, which those figures don't show up in the trade data, American companies are producing in China and selling in China about $250 billion worth of products. China's companies operating in the United States, selling in the United States, are only producing about $10 billion worth of products. So if China wanted to, it could make life more difficult for these companies. And they have done that in other cases. They made it very difficult for a few years ago for Toyota to sell its cars in China. They cracked down on some Korean companies a few years ago. I don't think the chances of them doing that are very high because they do want to remain an open economy for investment, and if they interfere in the operations of foreign companies in China, it obviously becomes a real issue for foreign companies. They fear, maybe it's American companies today, tomorrow it'll be German companies or French companies. So I think China faces a dilemma because they don't have so much goods that they can put tariffs on compared to the United States. China has a huge advantage over most countries in this respect because they will just gin up a propaganda campaign claiming that the United States is trying to put down China and it's unpatriotic to buy American goods. So they don't have to go and put padlocks on the doors, but once they get a propaganda campaign going, which is not hard, the party controls all of the media, all of the outlets, TV, radio, newspapers, magazines are right under the thumb of the party. They can gin up this kind of a campaign fairly quickly. So people would just voluntarily decide, well, I don't want to show up at home with a new Buick in my driveway. I better buy a Chinese car because the climate is anti-US.